In this problem, I'll talk about the quantization of charge. Charge in any object is always quantized. What does that mean? Is that charge can take only the integral multiples of the charge of an electron or charge of a proton. The charge happens due to either excess of electrons or the deficiency of electrons. And that's the reason, as the electrons cannot be in the fraction, so is the charge. That means the charge is always an integral multiple of charge of proton or charge of electron. So I already have made a videos onto the quantization of charge. So please watch the other videos if you want to know more about the quantization of charge. In this problem, we're going to solve the number of protons or the electrons a charged object may have. So in this problem, we have a silk paper that has 100 microcoulomb charge. So when it has a positive, that's the positive 100 coulomb charge. What does it mean? That means it has lost electrons. An object can have positive charge only when it has lost electrons. When it has lost electrons, that means it lacks the number of if you look at the atoms, any atoms has exactly the same number of protons and the same number of electrons. And if the atom loses electrons, then it has more protons. When it has more protons than electrons, we call that object as a positively charged object. So as the silk paper has more positive charge, as or say the plus 100 microcoulomb charge, it means it does have more protons than electrons. Okay, so that's what it says. It has more protons. And now how many extra protons it does have, the atoms, the object as a whole, not an atom. So how many extra protons does it have in compared to the electrons? So that we calculate by the quantization of charge. So the quantization of charge is this formula here, Q is equal to N times E. That means the charge on any object is an integral multiple of the charge of the electron or even a proton here. So here I'm just using E as an electron. So if it is just the electron, if it is a negative charge, then we write down E as a charge of an electron. If it is a positive charge, then we write down E as a charge of the proton. So here, now we're going to solve for N. The N will be Q'd over E. The extra charge the object has is 100 microcoulomb. And the charge of a proton is exactly the same as the charge of the electron, but in this case I'm writing down positive because it has positive, it has more protons. And if we solve it, then the number you'll get is this one. So that means it has this much more protons than the electrons. Or in other words, during the charging process, it has lost this many electrons to the other object. So this is it. This is a pretty straightforward things to calculate the number of extra protons or electrons an object have while it is charged. If you have any questions, write down to me. Thank you so much. And please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe the channel. Bye-bye.